Hi, everybody. This is Rose from the Oak Park Library. You might know me as the Digital Learning Librarian. I teach a lot of the technology workshops and classes. I meet with people one-on-one and help you with computer and cell phone questions. And today I'm going to talk about cutting the cable cord. What is cutting the cord? The devices you'll need, streaming services, selecting internet service, scenarios, and resources. So those are all the things that we're going to go over today in this presentation. So what is cutting the cable cord? Like, what's the whole point? Why do you even care about this? It's basically what it sounds like. You're going to get rid of your cable and have access to everything online instead. People do this for a number of reasons, mostly because it tends to save you money. And it kind of frees you up to watch everything that you want to, as opposed to what is scheduled by networks. So that's what cable cutting is. It's again, just getting rid of cable and opting for streaming services online instead. So how do you stream? There are some things that you need. And these are the 4 things that I'll talk about throughout this presentation. So you need wireless internet. You need a streaming device like a smart TV and a subscription to a streaming service, and a TV with an HDMI port. So those 4 things: internet, device, subscription, and a TV with an HDMI port. So there are a lot of pros and cons of why people choose to do this. The pros are it's generally cheaper. You are saving by not having to pay to a cable company. Oftentimes when you have a cable package, you have a lot of channels that you might not watch, and you might feel frustrated with how cable companies package those channels, and that you end up paying more for different channels that you want. And then you also only pay for what you want to watch at a time. There are usually no commercials, which is really nice, and everything is on demand, meaning that you can choose when to watch at your schedule. Some of the cons of cutting the cable cord: there's generally less content, so you're not getting everything that's possibly out there, just because you're probably only subscribing to 1 or 2 subscription services, depending. So that just limits you a little bit on what you can watch. You have to purchase at least 1 streaming device. Doesn't matter what you purchase, but you just have to have that at least once. It's an upfront cost. You'll miss out on some exclusive content, like anything that happens live. So like a sporting event that maybe is only on ESPN Live, you might miss out on, or anything like award shows or concerts, like things that are on television, network cable. And if you watch a lot of TV, it could end up costing more to get the same content, just depending on how much you are watching and subscribing to. So whenever you choose or are thinking about cutting the cable cord, start thinking about, like, how much do you watch? What do you want to subscribe to? And what are all of those costs going to add up to? And we'll go over that. So the first thing you need is a device. And there are a lot of options. I always recommend, if you're in the market to get a new television, just get a new smart television. It comes with your streaming apps already loaded onto them. So a smart TV generally costs about $250 or more, or you can get a smart Blu-ray player for $6 or more. Make sure the device supports the apps that you want. So when you go to whichever store or online where you're purchasing it, make sure that the TV has the apps that you want. So make sure it has your Netflix or your Hulu, your YouTube, whatever it is that you are going to end up subscribing to. Smart TVs are nice because it's a convenient all-in-one setup. You don't have to purchase another device on top of a smart TV. If you already have a television, and it's fine, you don't need a new one, you could just get a Roku. A Roku is kind of like the grandfather, the original kind of streaming device that's out there. You can get a Roku Express, which is in HD, or for $30, a Roku Premiere, which is 4K and HDR ready, and a Roku Ultra for $100, which is 4K HD and HDR ready. And HDR is basically your a high dynamic range. It's the technology that plays with the light and the darkness of pictures, so it makes it more realistic. So just depending on the resolution that you are looking for in your content, that's the difference between all of these devices. They all do the same thing. They just cost more depending on your resolution. So that's your first option, is a Roku. You could also choose to go with an Amazon Fire Stick. I don't really think that there's a huge difference between a Roku and an Amazon Fire Stick. It's totally your preference. So the Fire Stick starts at $40, and then it goes up to $120 if you want the Fire TV Cube. And the Fire Stick, I know, is compatible with Alexa, so you can set it up that way so that you could just like talk into the Fire Stick remote, and then Alexa would control everything, if that is something that you're interested in. You can also get an Apple TV. An Apple TV, you can see, is a little bit more expensive. It starts at about $180 and it goes up to $200. It does the same thing as the Roku and the Fire Stick. And the reason that you might want to get an Apple TV over those other devices is if you already have a lot of Apple devices and you want to communicate within them together. So like your Apple, your iPad or your computer could do screen mirroring with the Apple TV. If that's a bonus for you, that might be why you want to get an Apple TV. The Apple TV device is not the same thing as a subscription to Apple TV, which is Apple's new streaming service. It's a little bit confusing because they're called the same things, but there's the Apple TV device and then the Apple TV subscription. And what we're looking at right here is just the device that gets you online to start streaming things. Gives you access to the Apple TV subscription, you just have to pay for that extra. You can always use a video game console. A lot of the video game consoles now that come out, like the PlayStation Pro or the Xbox or the Wii Switch, all give you access to streaming capabilities online to add those different apps. So if you are a huge gamer, or if you have kids in your life that are gamers and you already have one of these devices, chances are you can just start streaming from them already. You can also get a Chromecast. Chromecast starts at $35, it's HD ready, or a Chromecast Ultra, which is 4K and HDR ready. So a little bit of a cheaper option. And then also, if you don't want to stream onto your television, so you don't want to get another device to plug into your television, you can stream on most modern devices, like your tablet, your smartphone, laptops, and Chromebooks. A lot of people just stream on their laptops or iPads, even their phones. I know I have my Netflix and Hulu app on my phone. I don't watch it very often, but it's there for when I want to check something or if I'm on my commute. So again, you need a device that will get you onto your subscriptions, whatever it is. So it can be a laptop, a smartphone, a tablet, or it could be something that plugs into your television, like a Roku, a Fire Stick, an Apple TV, or it could be a smart TV. All of those count as devices that will access your streaming subscriptions. You can also, and this is a very easy low-tech route, just get an HD antenna that plugs into the back of your TV generally, and the amount of channels will vary by locations, but you generally get about 20 to 50 extra channels by just having an HD antenna. This isn't necessarily like cutting the cord or streaming, it's just giving you more access to more channels, but it's a cheaper option. So those are the devices. Now let's talk about streaming services. The second thing, and probably the most interesting thing about cutting the cable cord, are all the different streaming services. And there are a lot. So my recommendation is, before you start to subscribe to one, do a free trial with it, see what it has, what it offers, and see how much you think you're going to be using it or watching it. So probably everybody knows Netflix. Netflix is kind of one of the original streaming services. Started with just DVD rentals through the mail, and now they are a huge, huge streaming service. Prices range from $8.99 to $15.99 per month, and that is based off of how many screens are watching Netflix at the same time. So if you only have one television and you're not going to share your password with other people in your family or your friends, then the $8.99 option is probably pretty fine. It's a good place to start. If you decide to share your password and send it off to other people, you might want to go for the $15.99 a month plan where you have more screens that can be watching it per time. You get a 1 month free trial with Netflix, which is pretty generous. So sign up for that free trial and play around with it for a month and see if you like it, see if you think you'll use it. Netflix is really nice in that they are constantly adding more content, and they have a ton of original content, movies and television shows. So they have, again, TV shows, movies, and exclusives, so things that are just on Netflix, like probably you're familiar with Marriage Story. That's the movie that was nominated for an Oscar this past year, which was only broadcast on Netflix. You can also download content to view offline via the app. So if you put the app onto your smartphone or tablet, you can download content so that when you're offline, like on an airplane, which is honestly the main time that I use it, and then you can watch it on an airplane. It is also HD and 4K ready. It has lots of content depending on your subscription. So that's Netflix. Prices range from $8.99 to $15.99 per month. Hulu is a nice alternative or addition to a subscription to Netflix. Most people have a Netflix and a Hulu subscription because they give different kinds of content. Hulu has exclusive content like The Handmaid's Tale or Little Fires Everywhere, which just recently came out. But they also have access to current seasons of television. So Netflix won't often have your current seasons like Modern Family or Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Those will often come after the entire season has aired, and then Netflix will get it. But Hulu will, if they subscribe to it, which is almost all of the network shows, they will post the show that just aired within 24 hours. So it's nice because it's kind of like having something on demand, and you don't have to wait for the season to be over. So Hulu plans start from $5.99 a month or $11.99 a month for service without commercials. I started with a $5.99 a month plan and thought having the commercials was fine, but once we upgraded to the $11.99 plan, because we also share our password so more people can use it, then and not having the commercials is just so much nicer. Hulu also has live TV streaming. So that ranges from basically $55 to $61 a month, depending on what your plan is. But that gives you access to live things like sports. And you get a 1 week free trial with Hulu. So you can do the 1 week free live trial to see if you like the live one or if you just like the ones where it's the on-demand content. Hulu has TV shows, movies, and exclusives, and it's HD ready. That's Hulu. Another subscription service is Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime has probably been gaining more and more traction lately. They have a lot more shows that have been coming out onto it and a lot more movies. Amazon Prime, so there is the Amazon Prime Instant Video and then the Amazon Prime Customer. It's basically the same thing. It costs $99 a year or $10.99 a month. You get access to the video content, and then you also get access to the Amazon perks like the shopping at Whole Foods with a discount and free shipping on any Amazon purchases. You can watch movies and TV for free, with the Amazon Prime. So it's not really free, it's part of the subscription. And it comes with HD content. But Amazon is, again, just another subscription service. So again, if you are interested in it, do the free trial and see, oh no, Amazon doesn't have a free trial. Just see what is available on Amazon Prime and see if that's something that you're interested in. HBO Now is HBO's new streaming service. So HBO has two streaming services, HBO Now and HBO Go. HBO Go comes with your current HBO subscription. So if you already subscribe to a cable package and you get HBO, then you have an HBO Go package or password. HBO Now is their new streaming service. I haven't really played around with it because it's so new, but they have a lot of new content on there, and then access to all of the HBO canon, gallery, everything that they have. And you get a free 1-month trial, which is pretty generous. And then after that, it's $15 per month, and it comes with HD content. Other streaming services that you can access, they all have movies and television that you can just purchase. So you can rent or purchase your content. Cost varies anywhere from $1.99 and up. Comes HD and 4K when available. So sometimes like new movies will come out on demand to stream or to rent. And then like Amazon or iTunes, Google Play, all of those, you can just rent them from those directly as opposed to just subscribing. This is going to add up more over time if you do it that way, but every once in a while, if you want to rent a movie that just came out, that's a good way to go. Oh, Crackle. Crackle is a free streaming service. So it's nice because it's free, but it's very limited in content, and it includes commercials. But it's a nice place to start if you are just getting ready to stream for the first time. It has movies and television, but no HD content. Sling TV kind of takes all of the television channels that are already out there, and it packages it for you depending on what you want to package it as. Like you get to choose your channels, and packages range from about $15 to $40. You get a 7-day free trial, and it has HD content. So if you find that you are somebody that really wants a lot of the like news stations or the sports stations or the independent movie stations, for example, or those big cable network show channels like FX or AMC, these are ways to stream it is by creating a package on Sling TV. And again, the packages range, you kind of create it yourself. Oh, Disney Plus is newer. It's $6.99 a month or $70 a year. But what's really nice is that if you're new to it, you can bundle Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus for $12.99 a month. So if you think you want to subscribe to Disney and Hulu, you might as well do the bundle because then you're going to get ESPN with it, and it's only $12.99 a month. So it's cheaper than doing everything separately. And Disney is nice because it has all of the Marvel movies, not all, most of the Marvel movies, the Star Wars movies, National Geographic, Pixar, and a ton of Disney Channel content like the shows and the original movies, plus all of those classic movies like Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Peter Pan. And it's 4K and HD ready. DirectTV Now, you can subscribe to. Prices vary from $50 to $125. So it's up to you to subscribe to this. If you're already a DirectTV subscriber and you want to get rid of your cable and just switch to the on-demand content, then this might be a good transition for you because you're not going to lose as much as you would when you're just switching to a Netflix or a Hulu right away. You get 155 to 330 plus channels depending on the package that you go with, and it's HD content ready. YouTube also has a television proponent, and it's $50 a month. You get access to 70 channels, including ABC, CBS, Fox, ESPN, other high-end channels. It has HD content, and it allows you to record content to the cloud for 9 months, which is really nice. So you have like basically a DVR on your YouTube. It is a nice alternative to just going directly to a Hulu or a Netflix or a Prime, because you're getting access to all of those channels, but generally $50 a month is cheaper than most people's traditional cable package. And then most network apps most network channels come with an app anyway. A lot of them are free, like ABC or Fox Now. Some of them are paid for, like the CBS All Access, or like BBC Stars, and NBC and WGN are free, but BBC Stars, Showtime, all of those you have to pay for. Most of them let you do a free week trial. So sometimes I'll subscribe to like Stars, for example. If I know that they have a show that I want to watch, I wait for the entire show to air. I subscribe to it for the free trial. I watch the whole show and then I cancel it. So that's just kind of a way to like jimmy the system and get around it. Hoopla. Hoopla is a library app that is free to you as an Oak Park Library card holder. It has music, movies, video, television, and ebooks and audiobooks. Movies and TV can be checked out for 3 days, and you can check out 10 items per month usually. While the library, the building is closed right now, we've upped it to 30 items per month, which is really exciting. And everything's always available, and it's free to you as an Oak Park Library card holder. And then we also subscribe to Canopy, which is a movie and television service available through the library with your Oak Park Library card. You can check out 10 items per month, but I believe while the library building is closed, you can check out 20 items per month. They have movies that are available for 72-hour unlimited streaming. Unfortunately, you cannot download it to your device, so you can't watch it offline, so you're always streaming it. But there's a ton of content on Canopy. I know that the Roku and the Apple TV and Chromecast all have access to the Canopy app. You just have to download it to it. Okay, whew, we've made it through a lot. So now we know that we need a device, we need a streaming service, and we need internet. So let's talk about internet. So there are some major providers in Oak Park. Comcast is the average, probably what many people in the community have. AT&T is also another option. And then there's WOW and Earthlink, I believe. One way to kind of get around costs with your internet provider is to call the provider and tell them that you're thinking about getting rid of your cable package and that you just want to do internet, and see like what deals they can offer you for like a 1 year or 2 year contract. And then at the end of that contract, if you notice that your bill jumps up after that, call them to see if they can give you that promotion again. And if not, either tell them that you're going to go to a different provider, or actually go to a different provider to see if they'll give you a different cost. Because a lot of times, like Xfinity, Comcast will just try to keep you on and will offer you deals. You just have to call and ask. So selecting internet service is tricky. Not tricky, but it's probably what people kind of feel a little bit stressed about. In general, when you're streaming something, if you look to the bottom of this slide, if you're streaming something in HD, you need about 5 to 8 megabits per device. And if you're 4K streaming, you need about 25 to 30 megabits per device. So you can see kind of in the middle of this slide that 5 to 10 megabits are about $20 to $30 a month, 25 to 30 megabits are about $40 to $50 a month, and so on. So kind of talk to your internet provider about what they would recommend, what kind of service and price packaging they would recommend for like how much you're planning to stream. And then there's another slide. Oh, here. There's this website where you can go to speedtest.net where you can check how fast your internet service already is. And so that's a good way to start to see if you have fast enough already, or if you need to up your internet service to have faster internet to stream without interruption. So again, some strategies for cutting the cost. When you stream on a mobile device, use Wi-Fi unless you have unlimited data, and download whenever possible. That's going to make it so that you're not using your data, so you're not eating into your mobile device bill. And then downloading it makes it so that you, again, aren't eating any of that Wi-Fi or streaming costs. When your contract ends, switch companies to receive promotional pricing, have someone else in your household make a new contract, and then again, just call your provider because chances are they want to keep you and they'll give you a deal. So again, here's the speed test. All right, let's talk about scenarios. Before we do that, again, to reiterate, to cut the cable cord, you need a device to stream, a streaming service, and internet. Those are the most important things. And some scenarios to cutting the cable cord. So let's think about, like, so when you're thinking about cutting the cable cord, think about your upfront costs and your monthly costs. So here's one example. Say you're a sports lover and you watch basic TV. So you buy an HD antenna for $50, so that's your upfront cost, and a Roku for $40, again, another upfront cost. And then you do a Sling TV orange package for $20 a month. So you can look at the bottom, your initial investment is $90 a month, and it's $20 a month every year after that. So you would just do the math on that. Your example 2, you're a movie lover with a 4K HD TV. So you buy the Fire TV stick for $40. You get an Amazon Prime subscription for $99 a year, a Netflix Premium at $16 a month, and an HBO Now at $15 a month. Your initial investment is $40 for your Fire stick, and then it's $39.25 a month after that for every year after that. So that's dividing the $99 by the monthly cost. So another example is you are a smartphone user who watches movies and TV occasionally. So you get a Chromecast at $35, you get a Netflix basic account at $11 a month, and an Amazon Prime at $99 a year. Your initial investment is $35 for your Chromecast, and then $19.25 a month after that for every month after that. Example 4, you're an avid TV watcher. So you get a Roku Premiere at $40. You get DirectTV Now Gotta Have It with HBO package and Cinemax for $80, and then a Netflix subscription for $11 a month. Your initial investment is $40 and $91 a month every year after that. So depending on how much you actually watch, this is a good deal. Just again, compare it to how much you're already spending with your cable company. So some resources. Can I Stream It is a website where you can look up all the different content that you're interested in, and then it will tell you where it's available to stream. So this is a good way to kind of do some research ahead of time if you are interested in specific movies and TV shows, and to knowing what you might want to subscribe to. JustWatch.com does the same thing as well, but it puts it all in a kind of a nicer grid where you can check where everything is streaming. And then some more resources. The pros and cons of cutting the cable cord are available at this bit.ly, and the ultimate cord cutter's guide also available at this bit.ly, and your guide to cutting the cable cord. These are all just different articles that kind of walk you step by step with what I've just talked about. Whew. So thank you. Normally I give this live, and so it's a lot longer because I'm stopping to answer questions and people are talking through the whole thing. So if you have questions or comments, please email us at contactus@oppl.org, that link there at the bottom. Other learning opportunities, this is when the library is open. So we have, you can go to oppl.org/digital learning to learn about all of our digital learning options, excuse me. And then when the building is open, usually every Wednesday, we have an open drop-in and we do one-on-one learning labs. And I suspect that as the building reopens, we will be able to do that again. But if you have any questions or comments in the meantime, please email us at contactus@oppl.org. My name is Rose, so those emails will come to me and I can get back to you and give you advice on how to cut the cable cord. So thank you very much, and thank you for supporting your library.